Don't know if there's going to be anybody on at all tonight. But last minute live stream for anyone watching the playbacks. Just for a bit of fun. The wife's friend came to visit, so I snuck off to get some diesel. Gonna have a go at it, Ray. Jack, how's the going, man? Seriously, frozen mackerel just flew out of my hand there. Pulled the tail off. But gonna have a go for a Ray tonight. If I can get the mackerel to defrost any bit. How's everyone getting on? It's been a while since we did a live stream. I really thought that guys wouldn't be too keen on them when the old lockdown was over. Johnny, how's it going, man? Oh, Jesus. Seriously, frozen mackerel. Like I said, I snuck off and no one was paying attention at home. So, if you're wondering what the beanie cap is about in June, it's because of the midges and the fact that they're trying to eat me. So it is. But hopefully pick up an old Ray tonight. But it's a last minute job as usual. Patrick, how's it going, man? Yeah, I didn't think that lads would be mad keen on the live streams after the lockdown, but there's been a few guys asking for it. So I also got what you call it, like a little dongle wire, a hands-free kind of one, and I've been trying that out and it seems to really work. Of course, I ran out the door and left it behind me tonight, but next time. But if there's guys looking that are interested, we'll definitely start doing a couple of more live streams. They're good old crack, but it can be, when the wind is up, it's really hard to do. I hope to do one down in Janice, how's it going, man? I really hope to do one after the taupe and stuff, but it could be really boring viewing. So like with the weed that's over there, it's really tormentation. Big team with Cray, I like that. Dave, how's it going, man? I was out doing brownie pint stuff, to be honest about it. He's like, I'll call him back. So I got your message, I didn't look at it yet. So the plan is raise. Hopefully there's a few around. Now, my spigot's giving me a bit of trouble on the rod because I'm waiting for the new ones. So this is an Indian trick, an old Indian trick. There was some rain this morning. Now, I don't know, can you see it there? But my spigot is real loose. So, World Champion showed me this trick rather than trying to jam pieces of anything in there, really, paper or anything. Joe, how's it going? Take your bait elastic, flick it around, close it down, and all of a sudden, even nice solid spigot. So, for any of the lads watching, new rig tonight. This is copied directly and unashamedly off of Paul over in England. I think it's South Coast Specimen Hunter, but I'd have to check it out what the actual name of it is, but I'll put it in the description. And it's a really cool little trace. He uses it on chisel for the crabs and where there's spider crabs and things. So it's on his page how to make it, but essentially it's like a pulley loop rig. So, nice little compact rig, and it makes it really easy to change your snoods as well if necessary. So swing around, get an old cast in the water. Hopefully there's a few rays around. It's crazy quiet, which I never really like. But let's see what the crack is anyway. Really should have let that settle, but the excitement got me. Tide's filling nicely as well, so I would prefer to be here an hour or two ago. Now, get the old second trace ready. Be able to see that. So you can see that rod. Twins fishing. How are we getting on? Can you see that rod behind me there now? Down in Tralee. It was crazy misty. I don't know if you see the picture on the page. That's me keeping the rod. I don't know, did you see the picture on the Facebook page the last day? But it was crazy foggy. Couldn't see anything. Now the big question is, oh, I better put on my waders actually. Trying to see which way you'll be able to see it better. Yeah, man, geez, it looks good. Was it like this yesterday, or was it a bit better? The lad there, Yakfish Ireland. I don't know if you can see the crazy fish on the kayak. Really enjoyable videos as well. So check out the channel. I really wish I defrosted these. Yeah, I was hoping it'd be. It's nothing there at all now, so I'd be nervous enough. Hopes of getting a fish out to do a species hunt. I know that's backwards for you to see, but really hoping for a ray. There wasn't much point in moving the old rod if I was going to stand in front of it, was there? That sky is frustrating. Although I can see the. Yeah, I'm affecting the light as I move forwards and backwards. Sorry about that, guys. Comments. Yeah, it looks really nice today now. I'm not massively confident, but I am definitely happier here than at home. So hopefully get a couple of fish. Get anything really. It's good to be out. A last minute live stream. That's exactly it, yeah. There'll be nothing caught in the house only talking about it. So it would be cool to get a couple of fish. I am kind of messing around now, not getting the old waders on. It's like having something to eat on the boat. As soon as you're not ready, you're going to get a fish. So, like I said, this loop rig is not my design at all, but I really like it. We get a lot of spider crab problems here in Tralee Bay, biting off snoods and things like that, and with this setup it makes it easy to change rather than having to have a pile of rigs getting destroyed every few minutes from the spiders. Anyone who fished tag ray the last couple of years know all about it. Oh man, stop. I've got a new rod coming from Yuki, which I can't wait to see in action. Well, to use myself. I've seen him on in action and I really liked it, so I'm really keen to get a go of my own one. The other ones are above with Mike Roach in Tremor, getting rebuilt, which they're rebuilt now a good while. So I can't wait to actually collect them as well. The good old Century to get some diesel for the car. Sorry, I stuck out to get some diesel for the car. And so I couldn't not stop. It would have been rude. I just brought mackerel and a couple of eels. Ray, how's it going? Seamus, you'll have to get on to Rory up at Swords. He gave me this hat, I have to be honest now. So, spend plenty of money and there will be free hats. I think anyway. It's never a good sign when you hear a few mullet around here. I always prefer it if there's a bit of a wind on the, take the kind of flatness off there. But when there's mullet around here, it's never really that good. Get the waders on, because otherwise it'll go badly. What do you think of my new boy? Washed up. So, salvaged that from the ocean. Ooh. Thanks for the man. Baz, how's it going? Yeah, it's pretty clear down here today. Oh man, missed the last one there. Tornies is the plan. Patrick. Circle K, I think there's a couple of them in Tralee, alright. One is up next to McDonald's though at the moment, and you want the patience of about 5 saints to go up there, because it's crazy with the traffic. Just notice I've one sock inside out as well. That's got to be lucky. Surely. It's far too hot for the beanie hat. But like I said, the midges are feasting. It's a really nice, it'd be an unbelievable day for the boat, I'd say. So it would. Last dollar. Yeah, so McDonald's is crazy and Tralee. It's probably the same all over Ireland, really, with the queues. So that's Circle K out the window for me. I have to go to the big competitors. David, cheers, man. Yeah, we're going all right now. All we're short now is a fish. Yeah, flick back through some of the. Yeah. Barry Platt, what's the story? I hope Maisie's watching. We'll go have a look at the water, see what kind of colour we've got. I almost stepped into that puddle there the last time. Oh, it's gin clear. The opposite to ray fishing water. Yeah, absolutely gin clear. God damn it. We'll flick it around. Yeah, as you can see, disaster. Barry, yeah, do you know what? I wasn't expecting to come out. I never really use, we got some jungle formula before and it was unreal. But where that is another question. Actually, I think Connie might have stole it or borrowed it, but I can't remember getting it back. Yeah, as you can see, absolutely gin clear. It's never good when you can hear the mullet swimming around here. But never know, it might pick up an old stinger. Which would be, that's the piece I've been walking along. Do you know what, like, it's a bit dirtier up here. No, only barely, like. There's that one patch. That must be where the mullet were in feeding. But such is life. Hopefully, like I said, there's a few fish around. Not fall on the way back up. So it is. But it'd be deadly to pick up a fish. Anybody heading out this week, or what's the plans? How are you getting on post lockdown? Except for the poor guys in Wales, they're still locked up a bit. I see the north of Ireland has started to produce nice fish. For once. It's not often that you see lads bagging up with decent fish up there. Definitely good for the economy. Ken, how's it going, man? Fix that a bit. Radio HFNS double. Southwest, I'm assuming that's got involved in it. But Seamus, yeah, man. I saw a few of them, really good tourneys too. It's a long old spin though for me, especially when you're supposed to be only gone out the road for a few minutes for diesel. But who knows, sure. I only brought the one rod. I said it would look bad if I was throwing rods into the car for ages. It would be nice to see a few rays. Dave, yeah, is there a few bodies coming? Just, I'd say the fishing could be very good if it continues like this. You know, it's not been too dry for too long. There are these kind of overcast days and then bright days. Surely get the small fish in and around the place. It's been absolutely dire for mackerel. Dang, that's savage. It's always good to see the young fellas out getting a few fish. See the last video there, Paddy got a savage, it's the savage taupe altogether. Reese, man, we got them Sunday and yesterday for a bit. Crazy altogether. Brendan, I don't know what the story is. I just decided it was an impromptu one anyway. We just sneaked off for a cast. We had visitors at home, so we'll give the ladies a bit of peace to chat. But Torney is the plan, like I said. Yeah, and on the Continental gear as well, Dan. It was mad altogether. So it was. It's funny, he was fishing for rays and he got it painted. Next thing he got bitten off. Straight away I said to him, "You put back out the rig gear." No. Straight for the wire trace. Would be deadly though. Really looking forward to getting another go at it again. You're gathering bodies all the time, so Yarrak fish, I've never heard of it. But seriously, still tonight. About 55 guys. Brendan, there's no wind whatsoever. It's literally dead. Stephen is very poor. See one guy out in the pier, he spent 3 nights. I think he might have got 1 mackerel each time. So I think there was 3 or 4 in Brandon today, and the same thing. It'd be 1 each. But it's, like I said, it's seriously still. You can see the misting across the way. A little bit of wind would be really nice now because the midges are going to town. But we'll change up the old the bait anyway, keep it fresh. And on the plus side, there's no crab. I have no crab action going on. I'll just show you that weed there now in a minute. It's a real pain in the ass. No. Back in action. What did that weed end? It's that stringy kind of brown weed. It's a real pain. So it is. Dr. Gonzo, how are you getting on? You never really know, Stephen, and like that might be a bit better there now. Mick, how's it going? There, I think it is, but I can't. I'm not 100% what the curlew sounds like, but my mother said the last time that she could hear one in the background as well when I was here. So it is quite possible. But I'm not, it would be great at the bold bird song now, to be honest. But yeah, Stephen, like people can't keep taking everything they can. Like when you've got factory ships that can process stuff at a frightening rate. There's a lot of curlews around this area, I think, anyway. But I don't see many pairs, unfortunately. There's another bird that looks really like the curlew. I can't think of the name now. Gavin Dorian up in Killybegs told me there a while ago what the name of it was. Very similar looking. So I was convinced that this place must be an absolute sanctuary for curlews. Cathal, absolutely no bother, man. I don't know how much, well, hopefully I'll be able to get it all myself, but yeah, I do know the fabric's after, yeah. Go on, where is this going? Is there many of you coming down, Cathal? Is it down south, or what's the story? Are you coming to Tree Bay? Dave, it all depends. Like I use mono more now for congers than I ever did before. I really don't like when you get a conger and it rolls up crazy on the wire, especially when you've got it landed. Plus, I think as well, conger is the one fish that you're going to probably lose. I'd always kind of aim towards. Oh yeah, I'd always kind of aim towards heavy mono for the congers. Now I'm talking 150 pound or so. But then again, it's always piers and stuff that I fish for them off of. Jeez, yeah, I must think of that, because it's far too hot to have a beanie hat on. I tell you that much for nothing. But there's a small drizzle just starting now, so that should save me. And save you from me. The Wimbrel is white, right, good man, Dan. I had the W, but that's about all. But Stephen, to be honest about it, like, my attitude to that is, even if you got 10 guys for 10 days fishing for mackerel morning, noon and night, you wouldn't even put a patch on what one trawl would do. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should go out and fill thousands and thousands of them, but it's hard. Bit of sand deal now on this one. The only thing about this kind of weather is it does feel like stinger weather. Nice and close. So, you never know. I have to be up early in the morning though, so it's not going to be an all-night session. I was thinking that with the old fabric softener things. Like I said, there's a very welcome little bit of rain there now. I won't leave that on its own. So, deliberately, so I wouldn't stay out all night, I just brought 3 mackerel, a packet of eels. Like I said, tomorrow's a big day. Whereabouts are you living, Stephen, man? Like Kerry, anywhere you see surfers, you've got a really good chance of getting a bass as well. And all you need for that is lugworm. Like, there's not nothing really too serious about it. It's a simple 2-hook flapper or 1-hook flapper even. Some lugworm, and as the old saying goes, aim for the third wave. And you've a yeah, well, like if you're down around Dingle there, even the back of the Skellig Hotel. Yeah, like once you get one, but like a really good bit of advice is to keep note of the conditions and the time of the tide that you got it. Some guys keep a diary, and it's a really good idea. I always say I will, but I never do, and I always end up kicking myself when I remember something after it's too late. So it's definitely never too late to start with a diary. I know some guys have their diaries for years upon years, and they're absolute gold mines of information. There was a couple of lads that used to come over, I haven't met them in a couple of years, from England, and they had a map. Do you know, one of the big maps for that, like an OS map, and every place they fished there was a bit of a note out and a little box giving the information. Let's say, for argument's sake, low water bass, high water rays, lugworms best, or can dig lugs here, that kind of stuff. Big lugworms here, small ones here only. So that kind of thing. And it was a really good idea. And he told me then whenever he was going, it said to Kerry, he'd just take his map of Kerry. So if you're going travelling around, it's a really good idea. Now, is that baited up again? I don't know about the ring-necked parakeets, Brendan. I don't think I ever came across them. Close the old door to keep the midges out of the van though. Mark, how's it going, man? Yeah, Brendan, that's what Barry was saying. Hard enough to get though. The Avon ladies have declined massively since since my youth anyway. I don't even know if there's anyone in Kerry doing Avon anymore. Sure, that's the baits there now. Excuse the big stupid beads. They're a necessity. I'm getting work done in the house and I can't get to half the fishing gear. Castlemaine, yeah, I've not actually been back Castlemaine too much now. But that whole estuary is a serious potential there. I know guys used to get a lot of yeah, I did think that he smelled funny, weirdly well. Oh. But yeah, Barry, I don't think so. That's a lot of crab for. I think I prefer the midges. Anybody here trying to get up for the? But looking to. I'm hoping no, the end of August to get up to up north. There's the 2 day competition. The NIFSA is running, so really hoping. Applied for off and work, but doesn't look great at the moment. But hopeful, all the same. For some reason, they don't understand the need to go fishing, which is beyond me. Yeah, surely some against some human rights. Another thing I meant to say to you guys is the Hook Point fishing magazine. For anyone that does a bit of fishing or does any short videos, even a small clip of landing fish and stuff, there's a €100 or £100 prize for the most watched video. So well worth sending it in. It's on the Hook Point fishing page, the magazine on Facebook. Well worth it, like. And I know there's not a whole pile of people have seen it so far, so definitely a great chance the first couple of months before it gets really popular. So it is. Yeah, and I'm really hoping. I don't know. There's a couple of guys kind of saying they will go from down here, and a couple of guys kind of will I, won't I. But it would be nice to get up there. Jeez, no, I don't think I know anyone Cahalan, to be honest about it. Then again, I am absolutely brutal with names and faces. I could know a person and not know their name, even though I really have met them loads and loads of times. I'm terrible for it. But yeah, it's absolutely flat calm here tonight. Like you can see, if there's a few mullet working below here, you can see the rings coming up in the water. Always the case. I should have been here yesterday. Would you believe I've never been to Puck Fair? For some reason, I never ever managed to make it out for it. Some lads can't make it home from it, and I can't make it out there. But a great. I think it might be too good even. Like I said, a bit of a ripple on the water. Cancelled this year, man. First time in 300 and something years. Puck Fair's cancelled. funny when I'd be working the morning after the Puck Fair and the Clarny races, you'd often see guys landing up to the railway in the morning, blood all over the shirt, stitched up. What happened, Joe? One guy fell, another guy got robbed, another guy was fighting. So it always seems like a mad spot. I think it's time for a bit of fresh bait. Yeah, it's a mad spot. There's no doubt about it. It's absolutely crazy here. Disaster. Snapperoo. They're not even that far out either. Well, that was a disaster. Especially I wouldn't mind. I brought no tapered leader with me or anything. So yeah, brilliant. And this is, you know what, this is perfect mulleting conditions. Maybe that's where I should have gone. But as you can see, snapped off. So what that was in the background. So make a big loop. There's a donkey having a bad time inside there. Take your main line, pass it through the loop, give yourself plenty of room. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go back 1, 2, 3, and back through the loop again. Like I said, this is heavy line, so it doesn't always look great. But you can see it there. Focus. A lot of time spent trying to get that to focus there. But it'll do the trick in a pinch. Lost all the comments. But I don't generally use the heavy line for, I like tapered leaders myself. So the idea is 3 or 4 times around the spool. Some guys go 5 and up and down the length of the rod is the general rule of thumb. So simple but effective. Put you down there for a second. Fishing demonstration turns into a knot demonstration. Come on. And just 1, 2, 3. Back around. 1, 2, 3. Pull straight. See it there. Not too sure how I can't see it better behind my hand. A bit of lubrication. Speaking of lubrication, anybody any idea when the pubs are going to open again? What's the story like? There's guys around Tralee jogging and walking that never in their life exercised. Nice handy cast that time. With the new shock leader, it's a bad idea to wind up too severely. Just asking for trouble, really. started to do this thing now where it's hiding the comments again. All I brought is mackerel and sandeel tonight. Really didn't think I was going to be here. I was hoping for a couple of fish, couple of thornies, and out the gap again then, before anyone knew I was missing. It's not really done the trick though. I'm annoyed now I lost that one because it's messed up my rhythm. But I'll show you a little trick I use actually while I'm waiting. You see the big bulk spool of line? You can probably get them specially ordered into your local tackle shop if you need them. But getting an elastic band to go over that is really a pain. So what I do is, or what I did is, you see the little holes? Just drilled in little holes. And all you do is, oh, come on. Put the line through the little hole in. Magic. I think it's about 70 or 80 quid for the big spool, but like I have it years. Like I use it for all my clip downs and like the heavier traces. I don't really use it for shock leader too much, so I'm only using maybe a meter or two at a time of it. But it has it for years, so I have. But it's really handy. Like I said, just to drill the little holes, a really small drill bit. Better to see them here. And I'm in no way. Absolutely. Brendan, I bet you used to have an old sock. I'm really annoyed now. I took the old rigs out of the box because I said I wouldn't need them. I can't even change a couple of hooks just to get going again. How about that there? You can keep an eye on that for a minute till I go rummaging. Swing and a miss here anyway. Disaster. Any of you catch the live stream on the boat last night? What do you think of it? Good bit of fun. I had Mike's circle hooks, and like I said, I got a load of fish on it, and I had used them. I got a few rays on them as well, and typical of me, I didn't change them. Kept missing fish on the live stream. Made me look pretty bad. So it did. There was a pile of spurs and taupe and stuff, but like I'd say we had about an hour and a quarter, an hour and a half of constant drop it down to the bottom and straight onto fish. Andy, how's it going, man? Yeah, it's Tralee Bay here. I'd say the live stream was last week, maybe I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday maybe. But I got some really good spurs. I have a bit of a video to put up about them. Thought I heard something. Panicking. No. Panic. No, not a rat. I thought I heard the stand move. Usually that's a good sign when ray fishing. Although there is plenty of those furry lads around. And I'm warming up for the pairs. I know there's going to be a lot of happy lads for the pairs announcement. But also, I'm going to say a lot of you guys, I said, got messages and comments, just congratulations about the Yuki thing. So, really delighted with that. Can't wait to get going properly. So, there's a batch of gear hopefully going to arrive that I can show off and show you. So, hopefully sooner rather than later. But the Yuki page, Yuki UK in Ireland, if you're not doing anything, give that a like. Make me look good. The breeze is just picking up ever so slightly now. You can see a couple of ripples starting to form. But I don't think it's going to be enough. But Dave, yeah, really delighted. It's nearly 1.7 or 1.6 now, or 7.6 even. Yeah, Brendan, to be honest, well, no, I wouldn't use wire for taupe only off the shore. The reason being is that with the prolonged fight, I really wanted to get one. But since I've got a couple now, I'll move on to the 150-pound mono. But the boat, I always use mono. But with the spur dogs there that day, there was just so many of them. When you dropped it down, it was just a question of who'd get to it first. I have a video there now. It's definitely a specimen spur, nearly put together just to put it up on the page. James there had a belter of a taupe. It wasn't not that it was massive, but it was just really spirited. It did not want to come in at all. A couple of times I put down the camera so I could grab the taupe, and it just went off again. But my smooth hound has been removed from the list. It was 100 centimeters last year for a specimen, and I got one 100 centimeters, and it's moved up to 103 now. So easy come, easy go with that one. One of the spurs was definitely a specimen, but I didn't measure him. There was just too much going on. There was too many fish to be caught to be thinking about it. I'm hoping to get out tomorrow again. I won't be able to live stream, I'd say, but if I can at all, I will. It'll be something special. But the amount of spurs out there that were all in and around the specimen size was crazy. We started getting the small ones then, so we figured the pack ones had moved in. But very few mackerel around. The fresh mackerel outfished everything by a mile. It's really annoying not having a second trace to get ready. That's the one you get a big fish on, and I won't hand it. Oh yeah. I know I could hear steps coming. There's another angler just arriving there now. Hopefully he'll get a couple of fish. Or someone will get a couple of fish.
Is that okay if I fish every time?
Oh yeah, fish wherever you want, buddy. No problem.
Thank you, sir. How's the fishing tonight?
Nothing so far. But I've only been here about an hour. But
Alright.
it's very calm.
I was there yesterday, my buddy and I had one skate, and my buddy, he was earlier than me. He had like 6.
Oh, that's serious. Cool. I just have the camera on there just in case. For YouTube.
Oh.
Just in case you're giving away any secrets.
Yeah, I'll be fishing at a small place here. Is that okay?
No problem at all.
Okay. The weed.
None.
Good man.
Just that man there. He said he had a ray last night, so hopefully, but he was there a bit earlier. So who knows? Still might be time. I have a 1.5 mackerel left, so I think I'm going to up the bait sizes for the next couple of casts if I can get the trace back. I only have size 1s on as well, so it would be nice to get a bit bigger. But like I said, impromptu. John, to be honest, it's poor enough now. There's a good few fish here last night, that man was saying. But not tonight. Different conditions though, it's super calm. Really, really calm. Of course, I went to the pier last night for an old species instead of coming here, which would have been way more fun. But there's a good few fish around at the moment though, so hopefully that lasts a couple of more weeks. I'm on the evening shift next week, so I'm hoping to get out, get a bit of fishing done. A bit more fishing done before anyone gives out to me in the mornings. I tried Monday morning after work and it was really early and the fog was just crazy. Couldn't see anything, but it was like this really dead still. So never really a good sign for a few fish. I think time for a bit of fresh bait again.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
There's no problem. Not having a second trace. Tormentation. That's what I say. But the baits aren't being touched. So that tells me there's no real crab action going on either, which is nice. But at the same time, having a bait out for 10 minutes and it coming back like this, it's not really a great sign. Put the timer on, see how long it takes to get the old baits back out in the water. Get the weed off the line. But yeah, if there's a guy who's kind of happy enough to do a few more live streams, a buddy of mine in Tralee actually gave me, like I said at the start there, a loan of his internet. So hopefully, naturally I left it behind tonight because I was just running out the door. But if I get a bit more set up, maybe Friday evening, we might try for a proper live stream. Get some fish. One with fish this time. So, now what I'm going to do, and this is a bad thing, ow, stabbed myself with a hook. What I'm going to do here is put on slightly bigger baits. I'm going to weigh it out and I'm going to hit it as far as I can and see if there's anything out further in the deeper water, because it's really calm and really clear and close. All I saw when I went out there now was a couple of flounders just lazing around. So I have a good one for you guys. I was out in Derrymore last week or the week before. I saw a really small stinger in the water. So I said, "Joe, that'd be cool to get a stinger, a video of it underwater, just kind of chilling out in the sand." It's only 3 or 4 pound, maybe a small bit more. But of course he swam off anyway. So I said, "Joe, I'll give a walk down along the shore and see if I can't come across any more of them." So off I goes anyway, walking along, found another little stinger, chased him, didn't really get it on camera. You can see his trail that he left as he was running away, or swimming away even. But of course more and more confident in. Got another one creeping up behind it in the weed. Next thing a flounder swam out from under my foot. Scared the bejesus out of me. Thought it was all over. Didn't scream or anything, thank God, but not far off of it. Thought it was another stinger. And got bait binder is in trouble. It's old. Time to reinvest, I think. Come on. This is really eating into my timing. So it is. But nonetheless, there will be fishes. Yeah, so like I said, if there's guys kind of interested, now that I have the use of that internet, I was thinking about maybe trying to do inch and see could I get a live stream going on inch for a bit of bass fishing or one of the other surf beaches, but with this calm weather. Never very little boat fishing, to be honest about it, but I do really enjoy it, even though I'm a bit of a novice. Like I enjoy all types of fishing, really. It's on like the wireless kind of dongles. So it is. I think and the 29th of this month, pubs that have a restaurant license can reopen, but no, I don't think it's pubs with a food that serve food. They have to have a restaurant license, as far as I know. So pub grub doesn't really count, I don't think. But to be honest, no, it's getting a bit ridiculous to have the country closed down for I think there was no deaths today and 7 or 8 new cases. So it's a few million people in the country, 5 million or so, and the country shut down. The economy is really going to need a boost after this. So hoping all the guys that come over are going to drink a pile of pints, spend a lot of money. Oh, and to be honest, I sneaked out for a bit of fishing while no one was looking. So I only brought the wrong rod, 2 rigs, and we've lost one of them. So it's always a bad idea to say I'm going to cast as far as I can here. I'm going to wait out. But so if I do snap off, it's home time. But famous last words, I rarely snap off. Now, so I'm Bain, not a touch. In Tralee Bay, I'm afraid it looks like Sinisa, but I can't pronounce that name. I apologise if that's not right. Tralee Bay in County Kerry is the plan. 6 minutes to get that in, out, and cast again. Just poor going. But the guy just arrived. So hopefully we'll see a fish of some description. That's all my comments again. Yeah. No, and for Calvin, not a touch. A last minute session though. So it is. So that's out. That's out a good distance now. I waited out a little bit and give it a good hit as well. So it is. But the guy that's just arrived is fishing at about a quarter of the distance. So if he gets a fish, we'll know we've been putting it too far. Gary, the stinger rigs. It's really, like some guys use pulley rigs. I don't think they're necessary. Stingers are very rarely out at extreme distance. So there's no real need for putting it out that far. I like a 2-hook flapper if I was just pleasure fishing, or a 2-hook loop rig if it was a competition. With the flapper, you're kind of limited to how far you can put bigger baits. But with the loop rig, that helps get an extra bit of distance again. So I do like to fish 2 hooks at least when I'm fishing. So it means you can put on a crab on one hook and mackerel on the other, or crab or sandals, or you can vary your baits, because oftentimes you might be using one bait and as soon as you switch over to another bait, you get the fish start to feed on that. So it's nice to have 2 hooks so that you can alternate your baits, and then when the fish come on, you can put on two of the one bait then, of course. We've entered into the time of the fishing now where we're hoping for even a mackerel will do, or a mackerel. Have a look at the mackerel. Even a doggy will do. But Ken, for stingers, I don't like to use a big hook, because even the really big stingers don't have huge mouths. So like a 2-0 short shank would be kind of the size that I'd be aiming for. Cox and Roll had a lovely small, I think they were like a specimen hook or something. But they were really nice. They weren't overly thick gauge wire, but they were small, like this kind of size, like a 2-0 or 1-0 or 2-0. And I thought that maybe 2-0 was just a really ideal sized hook for them. And it's because they're so strong, I personally have a lot of confidence in them. But when I went to the shop to get them the last time, I couldn't see the ones that I wanted at all. So I'm not sure if they changed the style or just continued them. There's magpies in the background. But it's deathly calm here now. The midges have made their return again. Hence the beanie cap in June. But like I said, tomorrow's going to be a good day, hopefully. A bit of boat fishing tomorrow. How many of you guys have super organised boxes after the lockdown? Because mine is just in an awful state from all the fishing. I've been trying to do too much, I think, and there's like I said, the gear is all over the place. Yeah, to be honest about it, Brendan, I had like an 8-ounce lead, and James was like, "What are you doing with that big monster?" So he gave me a small. I think it was 4-ounce or 5-ounce, but there's very little tide run there, considering it was over 70 feet of water. So it's great to be fishing on the boat with the light lead. Now it takes a bit for it to get down, is the only thing. But it's great not to have to haul a big lump of lead up every time. And of course, in the smaller leads when they're swinging, like you never want it hitting the side of the boat. But when a smaller lead's hitting the side of the boat, as opposed to a big 10 or 11-ounce lead, then it's just a bit better feeling at least anyway. There's some serious action going on in the nests behind me. Like I said, Ken, do you tie your own mackerel rigs? I actually got some of the tinsel. A few of the lads said, I think John Locker, they're the fish locker. I say one of the places I go for mackerel, they can come in close, but the odd time they're just out that little bit of distance, a small bit further. So I often thought if you had a kind of a homemade clip down rig, that you'd really do well on the mackerel there. Like I said, sometimes they're just that little bit out of distance, and you'd be really nervous of casting some of the pre-tied rigs on giving it a good thump like. I have to read those numbers again, Mark. 100 rigs, 70 leads. Do you know what? I'd love to have 100 rigs ready. I think I tied about 30, but I keep using them, so I can never build up a big stock of lids, which is not a bad complaint, or not lids, I can never build up a big stock of rigs. But actually, I'm going to show you a few lids. 2 seconds there now. We're back. I don't know what the white dust is on them. That could be anything from icing sugar to dangerous stuff. These are bucket lids. Nice long tail as well on them. Good. And the that made it easier. They were never connected together. They're the 5-ounce Namex lids. They look like they'd be really good for a bit of distance. Of course, had I remembered they were inside the car, I could have given them a go. The brother's making them. David, he got a few molds there. I got a few for the test runs, and they look to be good so far. She said, I wouldn't mind, Tim, I wouldn't mind, I keep convincing myself that the black gobies, or sometimes they have the little spots down the side. I keep convincing myself they're leopard spotted, but they're clearly not. But lost a couple of comments there. That fella 70, yeah, there's a few I heard of, a few fish around, but fished out of there. I always wondered why there wasn't a charter boat out of Ballyhige. Like, I know it's a small pier or whatever, but just it seems very accessible. Like, you'll be straight out into deep water immediately. But I know it's a bit rougher than most places, like, but the bay sometimes isn't too bad, like. So you wouldn't be going out on a boat anywhere else when you couldn't get out of there. But like, you'd be straight out to Kerryhead there in 5 minutes, like, into 70, 80 feet of water immediately. I always wondered why there wasn't more, or wasn't a charter boat. And again, the charter boats around Kerry are gone practically to nothing. I know we used to go out with John Deedy in Phoenix. It's some brilliant days fishing, especially in the competitions. You'd always be hoping that you'd get John's boat, because it was such a classy boat, like. Otherwise, you could get one of the fishermen's boats, which were perfectly safe, but they weren't anywhere as glitzy as the other ones. Or the Shimano stickers and everything on it, sea angler stickers. But then you could get a pot boat as well. Now you get a pile of fish, like, the lads knew exactly where every hump and hollow was in the bay, so it made up for it, but it wasn't as pretty. Gary, I never ever used rag trying to get stingers. We can't dig them here. Like, there's nowhere to get them around the area. So if you want to get them, you gotta get them down from Cork or get them sent down from Dublin, which is really a pain. Especially now with the couriers and things being off their feet, like, you might not get your stuff the next day. Yeah, I don't know what that is, that white stuff. I'm hoping it's off the lids and inside the boot of the car, or inside the back seat of the car, so it could be anything. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. But I think we're gonna get a couple of more baits out now again, down to the last mackerel. See what we can do. Hopefully a bit quicker this time. Now, no crab action still, but we're planting slightly smaller baits again this time, although, you know what, we'll put an eel on the top one. See if there's any ungulates around. But a few guys have said there's been very few stingers around Tralee this year. There's been a lot more smooth hounds. So we're kind of wondering, are the smooth hounds interfering with the stingers? Or is it just that there hasn't been as many guys out fishing? No, I'll go a double eel bait on the bottom. And a big mackerel bait on the top, I think. See how that goes. Now we're 24. I think we'll make this the last cast. Give it 20 minutes. Have a bit of a chat. I know you're probably thinking chatting's all we've been doing. Show us the fish. One eel. Second eel here now. Nice tidy bait. Just see can we beat the blank. Like I said, even a little doggy now would be nice. So, double eel bait. Nice and streamlined as well. Now we'll get the old but I have to admit, I'm absolutely dying. Neville, do you fish the small boats? I would absolutely love to fish a small boats competition. I think one in Tralee Bay would be incredibly successful if you could get it going. Like you can imagine there having the marina, getting a bit of sponsorship or something and getting the marina in use. 20 boats out of the marina in the morning, off out all over the bay after all the different species. 20 species, I would absolutely love that. Is there a minimum size on them species then, or what's the story? Is it just a fish of any description, any size of that species, or do they have to have certain sizes per fish, or what's the story? Add an extra bit of belly meat onto this one now, to the mackerel. Now, so a nice meaty mackerel bait and a double sand eel bait. I'm going to weigh it out now, this one, and give it a tremendous lashing, or else snap off. It's really 50-50. So angle 3, a bit of distance on this one. Practice.
I didn't even see where it go. It went far.
Yeah. So it would be nice to get a couple of fish now. Mr. Weir, how are we getting on? I just suppose there's not too many misty days like that where you are these days. 30 plus species to win. That would be class. Comments there now. No, time a bit of like comments. Yeah, you know, or did they? Yeah, I don't know, I don't think I've ever seen very vast sabikis around here, Brendan, to be honest about it. But, you know, if you had a body like that, you'd have a lot more confidence giving them an extra bit of a poke. Like I said, sometimes the marker just a little bit out further where that area is. Ken, definitely, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, never a catch and release. I saw that it was changed to catch and release. That's a really good thing, isn't it? I'd say a lot more guys would be up for it with the catch and release. Of course, a lot of the edible ones are nice to keep as well for the table. Yeah, like I said, you do want that little bit of a ripple. All the dirt came out of the water as well. So it's really clear. The water is really, for anyone just tuning in, the water is really crystal clear. But sure, what can we do? It's great to see so many people tuning in for an old chat, watch a bit of video. Do you ever win it, Neville? 15 years, 30 species, though. It's crazy. Everything has to go your way, I'd say. No element of luck at all. It would be nice to see the rod go for the last one. Jeez, Tim, I don't know if you're still on there. It's a serious haul of species. Anyone that missed it: dog, launce, pollock, leopard, spotted goby, tree-bearded rockling, and a gold shinny wrasse. And Sean, I'm going to say he's small fella, but he's getting real big these days. Ballon, dogs, and loads of pollock. Good day out in the yak. Yeah, down that direction, alright. Never, I know a good few lads. I don't know, do you know Ian O'Shea? He was short and a crew member a couple of years ago, but the problem is with it is it clashes with the Daiwa Pairs, which is down here, which is a massive shore fishing competition that it goes on for the week. So I always said if that wasn't going ahead and the small boats were, I'd definitely try get onto a boat with someone. But you'd have to have someone with a bit of experience. There's no point in me flying all over the bay and in a boat and not knowing the marks. Like, I don't think guys would be too happy with me pulling up alongside them for a chat trying to find out where they were. Once I could knock the whiting off the list, I wouldn't be doing too badly. I've actually fished up under the lighthouse there in second on day. 9 or 10 congers. The guy that won it had 13 congers and a dog across the way from me. I tell you, I slept going home that night. Start gathering myself. Oh, definitely too calm, I'd say, tonight for the rays. Too clear. But Thursday night, hoping to have a go for a taupe again. Thursday evening, maybe. All depending on the permission slips at home. Can't wait for barbers to open. Absolute mop of hair. Badly need a trip for a trim. The wife is mad to have a go at trimming it. It's not the bravery. Trying to hold on to what I have. Can't be taking chances. "21 species in one day." Was that from you all, Tim, or was it a single guy managed 21? That's what I like about the kayak, the Irish Kayak Club. The species hunt kind of nature of it, and they have joker kind of species as well. So anyone interested in a bit of kayak fishing should definitely look them up. They seem to have massive crack as well. So they do. And then they go to a really good bunch of lads as well. They have one down in usually August bank holiday weekend down in South Kerry. And they used to be camping out, fishing, talking, telling the stories, the old war stories, and getting a few fish is nice. Especially to stay at home. Do you know what? It's an absolute perfect evening for that instead. I should have done a bit of lure fishing, but it was only a last minute thing. I told her I'd be back. Snuck off for a bit of diesel and ended up fishing. Could happen to any man. I would like to have got a couple of fish for the camera. Paul, how's it going, man? I'm really hoping to be doing a good bit of practicing with it this year. Last year didn't go to plan. We only had one good day. I fished with Ben there, who was on. The second day was our day. I was second. I don't know. Ben was second in his zone, and I won my zone. We were second overall on the day, so it was it was a good day, like. But it didn't click for us on inch. There was a lot of small flounders. None of the bass that we were hoping for showed up. But this year, no, really good. Hopefully get a lot of prep done and get myself going like for it. The box is in an almighty state at the moment from being fishing and then going home and then getting an opportunity to go fish again and not being really ready for it. So everything is just getting thrown into the box. So it results in coming out and having only 1 or 2 rigs in the box for what you actually want. But 21 species, that's unbelievable. Off the Yakko. Anything really notable in it? I know you got a lot of taupe and ard glass, is it? Or ard. Hold on, I lost the comments. I think the problem is getting off on the August bank holiday is a nightmare. It's really always hard to get off because some guys they take it off every year for holidays, family holidays and stuff, and work. So it makes it really hard to get it off. And then if you do get it off, it's really hard to get away from. Definitely watching all the guys paddle out in the morning there. The last time I was there, I think there was 20 or so guys paddling out, all helping each other out, all still in competition with each other, but all helping each other out. Was pretty cool. Really, John, yeah, that's a pain. This kind of weather. I was at the pier yesterday and I had a couple of species. I got a grey gurnard from my hunt. I've never seen a rock cook in person. It's another one of the species that I'd like to get. One of the lads up the north down, he gets them fairly regularly, so he said if I'm ever up his direction, he'll bring me down to have a look for them. But never got one. 5 species of wrasse. That must be rock cook, balin, corkwing, gold shinny, cuckoo. Would I be right in guessing? That'll tell you how quiet it is. That gull that's shouting there is about 250 yards up the beach. Jeez, yeah, even the cuckoos. I love catching cuckoo wrasse. We were out of Valencia one time for a competition, and there was a load of cuckoos there, but they were all just undersized for the competition. I think it was 25 centimeter size limit. So that was a bit of a disaster, but it meant you could concentrate on the ling and stuff. Some serious pollock as well, off of Cooloo there. It's another species I'm really keen to get off the shore. Is a cuckoo, a spotted ray as well. I get tortured by the lads sending pictures from North Clare and Donegal with all the spotteds they get off the shore. I don't think it's destined to be very good tonight, lads. Give it another few minutes now and we'll think about hitting the high road. Like I said, if lads were keen on a couple of more live streams, leave with a few ideas of what you'd like to try see in the live streams. I'll put the notification up on Facebook next time just to warn guys. But anyone who is subscribed, make sure you hit the notification button. It should pop up for you when I go live in. You should get a message on the phone to say that I am going live. So for future reference, as they say. I can't get over how calm it is. Brendan, I actually dug some maddies the last day, and I said, "Geez, will I go for it? I must locate the lighter rods." I was tempted to go after work in really early morning. Brendan, you know, sorry, Tim, I had to go yesterday, and it didn't look that great. There wasn't a whole pile of species around there. Paul, they actually get them down in South Kerry off the boats and the kayaks, and not a million miles out either, I don't think. But I think it's just a case of putting in the time and effort. Like one guy said to me before, when the spotted rays are there, you either get a load of them, or they are either there or they're not. There's no kind of happy medium with them usually. Mick, you could be right. I did get the bombarder floats. A couple of the lads there recommended trying, like, spinning the maddies on the bombarders, and if there was any golden greys or tin lips, you'd get them. So it's something I really want to try as well. So there's a couple of different methods that I want to try for them. But I got some off of Rory up in Swords. So it's just a case of getting out and getting a go with them. I do have a few maddies though, and I do need one for the species hunt. Like I was saying there, I'm doing the one that's on the angling hub in Tralee, and the first prize is an Achios air torque and an R10 reel. or an R8 or an R10 reel. So really good prizes, like, for first place. But I think it's top 6 there's prizes, and it was really reasonable to enter as well, considering it's like a year-long competition. It's only 20 quid to enter, so really worth a go. So during the lockdown, it was suspended. I had taupe from the shore, stingray, thornback, ungulate, smoothhound, all the high-scoring ones. So if I'd have got them, I'd have been well in the lead. But I think I'm in around 2nd or 3rd at the moment. Just waiting for the leaderboard to update. So yeah. But never know. It's definitely a great excuse to get out and do a bit of fishing. Like, even when you have very, very little bait, you can still try for the mini species and things like that. Like, all you want is a couple of maddies, or even 1 or 2 of king rag, and you could fish for the mini species for nearly the day on the light line. This is a new little box I put together for the fishing. For the try to keep things a bit more organised for myself. So all it is I think it's for pencil cases. Let's see how thick it is. And sick to death of losing stuff and trying to rummage around the box for things. Now, some guys are much more organised than I am. I have to admit to not being a very organised guy most of the time, except for the big competitions. So in that, stopwatch for match fishing, Yuki bait tool, obviously for baiting up, the bait binder, a bit of a spare trader bait binder, bait scissors, and so like I said, it's just simple little thing, keeps them all together. Actually, the other thing that I have for it, pin, very simple, marking down your scores in the competition. Spare pin, because people always lose their pins and forget them. Angling Addict 75, can't think of your first name again. Unbelievable, game changer in fishing for me. Thanks, old man. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like the old video. It does a lot of good for the channel, for YouTube, to see guys interacting with the video. So, like, leaving comments and things like that, and liking the video. Obviously, it just means that YouTube will push it further in searches and things like that in the future. So, like, I might start showing up in other guys' things. Robbie, I got this one, so it's really good. But I have it on tonight. It's not cold at all, but the midges were trying to eat me earlier. They're kind of back again now. Yeah, well, didn't I tell you I'm trying to mind the hair? I can't be cutting it myself. I did that when I was about 10. Got beat around the house. To be fair, it was pretty bad. Yeah, that's it, Brendan, man. Just a small, handy, a small few rag is all you want, like. And off you go. You can do some serious fishing with a box of rag, like. Cheers, Gary, man. Like Owen was saying there, I'm a disaster for forgetting people. I always feel bad asking guys to like the videos, but like, if you're liking the streams and the videos, by liking the video itself, it really helps the channel. And I can kind of see it in, like, I judge off of what guys like, what videos are more popular, or what ones guys really don't like at all. Luke, how's the go, man? To be fair, you didn't miss much. It was a poor enough old session. So it was. But I've got all of these held on to for tomorrow's adventure. See where it's going. David, how's it going? I hope the old ambulance service has calmed down a bit. They're not under too much pressure at the moment. No, I won't be on tomorrow night. I might possibly be on tomorrow at some stage during the day for a live stream, but it'll only be about a 20-minute one. So if you don't get to see it, I know it might not work at all because where I'll be, but if you don't get to see it, I have to see will it work, because if there's a good chance it won't. Actually, there's a huge chance it won't. But I'm going to hopefully record a little bit anyway. Nothing too serious, mind you. But when I get home, if I have time tonight, I'm going to see what I can do for to get one up. I have one more video to come from the tope on the shore, and a couple of videos off the boat as well, which should be a bit of fun. So it is, but very quiet session tonight. Okay, all right. I would like to see a red mullet. I don't have it printed out what the scoring is on this hunt, but I know red mullet are up there. Pretty. I can put this away for another night. No need for the wasteling. So there isn't. I was hoping to need that. Well, if there's, there's 2 up on the channel already. But there's 3 actual taupe videos from the shore on the channel. So if you go into the channel and have a look back, you'll be able to see them. Some cracking taupe as well. Some really nice taupe. But when I get this one in anyway, guys, it looks like it's not happened tonight for us. But unless I fluke one here now. What it is. It's like something out of a cartoon now at this point. Have your guesses at home. 1 hour, 54 minutes, 11 seconds of fishing. Literally a smelly sock. What a look. I wouldn't mind it stuck solid as well. Well hooked. Well hooked. God only knows how many years that's been inside in the bay. Matt, anyone could catch fish, but who can catch a child's sock? Thankfully no child attached to it. But disaster, like. Oh my god. So that's it, guys. Gonna wrap up. Did I miss a call? I don't think I did. No. What a disaster. Guys, like I said, thanks very much for tuning in. It's never great when you don't get a few fish, like, but can't be expecting it all the time, especially not with the rays. But great to have the chat again with everyone. I really missed the live stream, so I'm gonna try to do a few more, especially now that I can get a bit further out as well, go to a few different places. I said I really want to get back and try for a place for the species hunt. So I do. I've a lot to get yet in it, but that's a sure sign when after 20 minutes, when after 20 minutes, you still have bait on your rig, that there's not a whole pile going on out there. Now, I did see a good few flounders when I was walking out there, but that's not what we were after. And in normal circumstances, I'd have brought a second rod and flicked out, messing around for another flounder, but there wasn't a whole pile of point this time. So, I'm going to say good night, and thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, leave a few comments on the videos. It's really good for the channel, and it helps me out. A sock full of sand, isn't that some going, like? Sound, Tim, yeah, let us know. And guys, like I said, thanks very much for tuning in. Really enjoyable. But a few fish next time will make it even more enjoyable. Keep an eye out as well. The Yuki stuff going to be arriving, and I have a rod to show you that I think nearly everybody in Ireland is going to want to have one. Big claim, I know, but wait till you see it in action. I'm not going to give out any names or anything like that. I'm going to let you see it in action, and you can decide for yourself then. But something I can't wait to try out. So we'll talk to you all soon, guys, and thanks very much again for tuning in.